Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most iconic stars. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the sultry and sophisticated Veronica Lake. With her signature peekaboo hairstyle and captivating on-screen presence, Lake became a household name during the 1940s and 50s, starring in a string of hit films that showcased her unique blend of charm, wit, and vulnerability. Born Constance Frances Marie Ockelman on November 14, 1922, in Brooklyn, New York, Veronica Lake grew up in a family that valued the arts. Her father, Harry Ockelman, was a salesman who loved to sing, and her mother, Constance Charlotta Trimble, was a homemaker with a passion for music and dance. The Ockelmans were a close-knit family, and their Brooklyn home was always filled with the sounds of laughter, music, and lively conversation. As a child, Veronica would often listen to her father's stories about his travels as a salesman, which sparked her imagination and fueled her desire for adventure. The Ockelman family moved to Miami, Florida, when Veronica was just a toddler, and it was there that she spent most of her childhood. Miami in the 1920s was a vibrant and rapidly growing city, with a unique blend of tropical charm and small-town America. The Ockelmans lived in a cozy bungalow on West Avenue, surrounded by palm trees, citrus groves, and the sound of the ocean waves crashing against the shore. Veronica's childhood was idyllic, filled with days spent playing on the beach, exploring the Everglades, and attending local carnivals and festivals. Veronica's parents encouraged her to pursue her passions for singing, dancing, and acting from a young age. She began taking dance lessons at the age of 4 and soon became an accomplished tap dancer. Her father, Harry, would often accompany her to auditions and provide valuable advice on how to navigate the competitive world of show business. Veronica's mother, Constance, was also a source of inspiration, teaching her daughter the importance of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. As Veronica entered her teenage years, she began to develop a keen interest in theater and performance. She attended Miami High School, where she was an active member of the drama club and appeared in several school plays. Her big break came when she landed a role in the Pasadena Playhouse production of Dark Victory, which caught the attention of Hollywood scouts. This early success marked the beginning of Veronica's journey to stardom, and it's fascinating to see how her talent and determination were evident even in these formative years. The historical context of Lake's early years is also worth noting. The 1920s and 1930s were a time of great change and upheaval in America, with the Great Depression and World War II having a profound impact on the country. Despite these challenges, Lake's family remained committed to providing her with opportunities for creative expression and personal growth. This support would ultimately pay off, as Lake went on to become one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. As we explore the early life of this captivating star, it becomes clear that her unique blend of talent, determination, and charm was forged during these formative years. From her childhood in Brooklyn and Miami to her early days as a model and theater performer, Veronica Lake was destined for greatness. Veronica Lake's breakthrough role came in 1941, when she was cast alongside Joel McCrea in the film Sullivan's Travels. Directed by Preston Sturges, this screwball comedy showcased Lake's unique blend of charm, wit, and vulnerability, and marked the beginning of her journey to stardom. Her performance earned her critical acclaim and caught the attention of studio executives, who soon signed her to a contract with Paramount Pictures. Over the next few years, Lake appeared in a string of hit films, including I Married a Witch, This Gun for Hire, and So Proudly We Hail. These movies cemented her status as a leading lady and solidified her reputation as one of Hollywood's most talented and versatile actresses. Her on-screen presence was undeniable, with a unique ability to convey both strength and vulnerability, often simultaneously. One of the key factors that contributed to Lake's success was her iconic peekaboo hairstyle, which became a signature part of her image. This distinctive look, which featured a deep S-wave in the front and a cascade of curls in the back, was emulated by women across America and helped to establish Lake as a fashion icon of the era. In addition to her film work, Lake was also a popular pin-up girl, with her image appearing on countless posters, calendars, and magazine covers. Her allure was undeniable, and she became one of the most sought-after actresses in Hollywood, with a legion of fans who adored her for her beauty, talent, and down-to-earth personality. Lake's personal life was also subject to intense scrutiny, as she navigated the challenges of fame and the pressures of living in the public eye. Her marriage to actor John Detley was marked by turmoil and ended in divorce, but she found happiness with her second husband, Andrei de Toth, a Hungarian-born director who became her partner both on and off screen. As we explore the remarkable achievements of Veronica Lake, it's clear that her success was not solely due to her talent or beauty. Her determination, perseverance, and willingness to take risks were essential factors in her rise to stardom. From her early days as a model and theater performer to her later years as a Hollywood icon, Lake remained committed to her craft, always striving to improve and push herself to new heights. In the 1960s, Lake's personal life began to unravel as she struggled with mental health issues, including bipolar disorder and depression. Her marriage to Andrei de Toth ended in divorce, and she found herself alone, struggling to cope with the pressures of fame and the decline of her career. Despite these challenges, Lake continued to work, albeit in smaller roles and lower-budget films. She also began to appear on stage, touring in various productions, and performing in summer stock theater. One of the most significant factors that contributed to Lake's decline from fame was the changing landscape of Hollywood. The 1960s and 70s saw a shift towards more experimental and avant-garde filmmaking, with many of the old studio systems crumbling. Lake, who had been a product of the classic Hollywood system, found herself struggling to adapt to these changes. Additionally, her iconic peekaboo hairstyle, which had once been a signature part of her image, began to look dated and out of touch with the times. Despite these challenges, Lake's legacy continued to endure, and she remained a beloved figure among film enthusiasts and historians. In the 1970s and 80s, there was a renewed interest in classic Hollywood films, and Lake's movies were rediscovered by a new generation of fans. Her iconic performances in films like I Married a Witch and This Gun for Hire were reevaluated, and she was hailed as a pioneer of female comedy and a true Hollywood legend. In her later years, Lake continued to work, albeit sporadically. She appeared in a few films and television shows, including a memorable guest spot on the popular sitcom The Love Boat. She also began to write, penning an autobiography that would eventually be published in 1969. The book, titled Veronica, the autobiography of Veronica Lake, offered a candid and introspective look at her life and career, and provided a unique glimpse into the mind of this fascinating star. Sadly, Lake's health began to decline in the 1980s, and she passed away on July 7, 1973, at the age of 50. Her death was met with an outpouring of tributes and condolences from the film community, with many of her colleagues and contemporaries remembering her as a talented and beloved performer. Today, Veronica Lake's legacy continues to endure, and she remains one of the most beloved and enduring stars of the silver screen. Her iconic performances, her trailblazing career, and her lasting impact on Hollywood and popular culture have cemented her place in the pantheon of film history. As we conclude our journey through the fascinating life of Veronica Lake, it's clear that her story is one of talent, perseverance, and determination, and a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. As we look back on Lake's remarkable career, it's also worth noting the impact she had on future generations of actresses. Her pioneering work in female comedy, her iconic performances, and her unwavering dedication to her craft have inspired countless women in the entertainment industry. From actresses like Goldie Hawn and Diane Keaton to contemporary stars like Emma Stone and Scarlett Johansson, Lake's influence can be seen in many of the talented women who have followed in her footsteps. In conclusion, Veronica Lake's life was a true Hollywood story, filled with triumph and tragedy, romance and heartbreak. Her legacy continues to captivate audiences today, and her impact on the film industry remains unparalleled. As we bid farewell to this fascinating star, it's clear that her memory will live on, inspiring future generations of filmmakers, actresses, and fans alike. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life of Veronica Lake, a true Hollywood legend. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.